Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about why most people will never be wealthy and why this has nothing to do with people's intelligence. So, most people believe that wealth is a function of intelligence, opportunity or luck, and that belief is convenient because it removes responsibility from their daily behavior. But the reality is less flattering. Wealth is far more dependent on temperament than talent. And temperament is something very few people are willing to train because it requires boredom, restraint, and the ability to watch others appear to move faster while you stay still. And this video isn't about tactics or side hustles or quick wins. It's about the quiet psychological traits that will decide who accumulates and who remains permanently reactive. So, why wealth is built in silence? Most people imagine wealth as movement, deals, trades, growth, visible progress, money going up in their account. But in reality, wealth is built in long stretches where nothing seems to be happening. This means no applause, no feedback, no external validation. And this silence is intolerable for most people, which is why they constantly interfere with their own plans and chasing stimulation instead of compounding. The inability to sit down with slow progress is not a minor flaw. It's the primary reason why most people would never build anything durable and that lasts through time. Now, why impulse is the real tax? People talk about inflation, bad markets, and unfair systems. But impulse is the most expensive tax you'll ever pay. Every unnecessary purchase, every emotionally driven decision, and every attempt to relieve discomfort with consumption is a transfer of future freedom into present relief and temporary happiness. And the wealthy are not defined by what they buy, they're defined by what they refuse. And the ability to delay gratification is not a personality trait, it's a trained skill. And most people never train it because they confuse deprivation with suffering. Now, another important trait is why money favors the unimpressed. Now, most people are impressed too easily. They chase appearances, trends, and proximity to status, mistaking visibility for value and motion for progress. Wealth rewards those who are indifferent to spectacle and are obsessed with the fundamentals. Myself, I stopped trying to look like I was making money and focused entirely on becoming someone who was difficult to destabilize financially. This shift changed what I paid attention to, and more importantly, what I ignored. So, why time is the real leverage? Money is not leverage, but time is. Capital only works if it's given space to compound and expand. And compounding demands patience that feels unreasonable in a culture trained to expect immediacy. Most people sabotage themselves by interrupting good, reliable strategies in search of better ones, and not realizing that consistency applied over time is what makes simple approaches powerful. So you don't need genius level insight to build wealth. You need emotional durability, stability, and confidence in your decisions. Now, another important thing that you must understand is risk. Risk is often framed as danger, when in reality, unmanaged stagnation is far more destructive. Playing it safe feels intelligent in the short term, but safety without growth eventually becomes fragility. Wealth is built by taking risks that are asymmetric, limited downside, long-term upside, and then having the patience to let those decisions mature. Now, most people avoid risk not because it's irrational, but because it exposes them to the possibility of being wrong and failing. Now, another mindset shift is that wealth is a long-term identity. And wealth isn't something you pursue occasionally, it's an identity you live consistently. Every decision either reinforces that identity or undermines it. What you tolerate, what you spend on, what you delay, And what you ignore all shape your financial trajectory far more than any single investment ever will. And the problem isn't that people don't know enough, it's that they don't behave in alignment with what they already know. And as such, they sacrifice their future for short-term pleasures. Wealth doesn't arrive with a moment of clarity or motivation. It arrives quietly after years of choosing restraint over impulse, patience over stimulation, and long-term alignment with short-term relief. And as we both know, most people won't do that. And it's not because they can't, but it's because they can't tolerate how this feels. And this is the real divide between the wealthy and between those that are unfortunately are not going to make it. So, if there's anything to take from this video, is to not let your emotional side get in the way of your spending. And always focus on the long term, and I'm sure your future self will thank you. So thank you everyone for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.